Brent Canode. I'm 28 years old. Cerebral palsy, the best way I can think to describe it is a brain injury caused by lack of oxygen to the brain at birth. It affects, for me, it affects my ability to walk. I can't walk at all. It affects my fine motor skills, hand-eye coordination, and on top of that, I'm also blind just for the fun of it. So, probably the biggest struggle for me that I deal with, I would have to say, is probably just doing day-to-day things, little things that other people would take for granted, things that people would, just do without thinking about it, getting dressed, taking a shower, brushing your teeth. That's going to be really, really challenging for me, so you just have to learn to adapt and kind of overcome. The best way that I can overcome those struggles, and kind of the thing that's always kind of gotten me through, is just have a positive attitude, I think. Try to approach things with a good mindset when you can. Sometimes it's hard. The other big one, humor. A lot of humor. I try to find the humor in things that sometimes aren't necessarily very funny, but if you can laugh about it, you can get through it. So, right now, my big goal is to eventually open, help run a small healthcare clinic. I'm getting my bachelor's in healthcare administration kind of as we speak, and hoping that maybe eventually can start small and maybe one day work my way up to running a hospital. So that's kind of the goal. Things change, we'll see what happens, but as of this moment right now, that's the big goal. One of the best things about the disability probably would have to be being able to skip the line at Six Flags. I know that there's not a lot of perks, but that's one. Don't have to wait in line all day. My friends really like it. Sometimes I think that's the only reason they take me. No, I'm kidding. If you see this, I love you all. But that's probably the best thing. There's not many good things, but you take the perks where you can get them. I love music. Music's gotten me through a lot of tough times. Been to a lot of concerts. Live music has really been a passion of mine for a long time. There was actually a time in my life when I thought that was the direction I was going to go, was working in music production. It can help heal. It can help you kind of process what you're going through. And it's really kind of saved my life. So music's been a big thing. Probably, and this goes back to, just having good friends. Doing a lot of stupid tricks with a wheelchair. I tell people they're not a toy, but when you live in one, you kind of make it a toy. So, we do fun things like, going on two wheels in the mall, or pushing me down hills and seeing how far I can go without, landing on my head. Those kind of things. Just having fun with it where you can. The worst preconceived notion that I think people have is that, as I put, disabled equals stupid. I don't know at what point society developed this mindset of, if you're in a wheelchair, the brain doesn't work either. I mean, people just kind of assume that, and that can make that really challenging when you're trying to, advance yourself academically, or, pursuing a job. People look at you and I think they already know kind of what you're capable of, and they really don't. So it can be challenging. It wasn't your average childhood. A lot of time in the hospital, a lot of therapy, hours and hours of therapy. Children, can be mean, so that can be a bit of a challenge. I endured some bullying. I endured a little bit of things that weren't very nice, but I also met people that would go on to become like family, on occasion, and people that really would help me mold into who I am now. So I'm grateful for that time, even though it was tough. I've had in my life, as far as surgeries go, I've had at least 25, probably more than that, but I've lost count. Most of them have been pretty successful and some have helped me. There's been some experimental things that didn't really go the way they wanted them to, and they set me back a little bit, but you kind of take the good with the bad and just go with it. There's a couple of things that I would like to tell people with my disability. The first one and the most important one being, I think, that you can do it, and anything is possible. You just have to set your mind to it. I think that that's the biggest thing, is believing that you can, because then you can. The other one is, like I mentioned before, surround yourself with good people. It takes a village to live with CP. I mean, it really does. You're going to need good people. 3, be kind where you can. It's not always easy, but be kind. Leave with kindness. You'll get further. Just keep rolling.